So a story broke about Chief Femi Fani-Kayode in the, I think it was by Punch Reports, an allegation made by his nanny and I think chef about an abuse, and there's physical abuse, emotional abuse in the house. Now, we're not going to focus on this issue because it's still an allegation, and I think Punch papers tried to reach Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, and he has said that these are just being cooked up by his former wife, Precious. So we're going to park it for now. We'll wait until more reports come out. So my question therefore is, how do we begin to curtail this menace by the rich and wealthy and powerful against those who are lowly, who are not as who are in the lower cadre, lower socioeconomic status of people? How do we people begin to teach respect for people regardless of where you are in society? Sometimes I wonder if it's a culture thing, and it's not just in one part of Nigeria. Almost everywhere there's one story of a woman who take hot iron and put on a child, pour hot water on a child, put a child's hands into oil because she stole. So we tend to address everything with violence. The moment we think, if we're older than you, then we can tell you off in any way, in the most disrespectful way. So there has to be a change in mindset and culture. There's some things that we just would not accept. And for me, it has to also start from immediately no longer accepting or employing children as your employees. First of all, that's just illegal. Right. There's no matter of conversation of you're helping anybody. If you're helping anyone, send them to school, send them to go and learn a trade. Everybody should be respected. The fact that you're a housekeeper, the fact that you're a chef or a nanny, does not in any way make you less than anybody. There's dignity in labor. It's better to be a chef, a nanny, a motorcycle rider than be a thief. Yeah. And for me, that person has more dignity than the politician who has all the money and is going about slapping people and being disrespectful. Yeah.
One of the reasons we still have issues like this is, and it has been enabled because our society actually lacks a system. There is no system that would enable perpetrators of such acts be properly punished in such a way that other people will say, I can't treat somebody less than I treat my own children or than I treat myself. So I think as a society, it's time for us to begin to make noise about this. Right. It's time for us to begin to pay attention to our neighbors. The time for minding your business has passed. If you notice that in a house, a worker is being treated, maltreated, use a hot iron and whatever it is your responsibility as a good human being.
Some people are at their major jobs. So a housekeeper is a job, just like Miriam mentioned. You interview, you get the job. So the person that employs you mustn't see you as somebody below, but somebody that is giving service. Simple. And that's what our labor laws say. There's dignity in labor. In this situation, going back to the story of this person, in case those things actually happened, imagine where you see your chef being stripped, beaten up, and see your nanny that takes care of the babies being stripped, beaten up. Imagine if a child seeing that. How would that child not grow up and become a wife beater? Or a bully?
Twice as hard.
Twice more.
That's how you replicate these practices across generations. Just the mere fact that you will not even give fair hearing. So maybe something happened at home. Yes, your maid or your nanny, or maybe the gate man or somebody is the closest suspect to what happened. Listen to that person.
I think it's very important that we start inculcating respect, starting from our homes. I remember when my son is very vocal. He already has a sense of this is our house. Already, I don't know, the girls are not like that. So he lots everybody around. He comes into the kitchen, the housekeeper gives him something to eat and he says, no, I'm not going to eat this, I want to eat that. And then I call him and I say, you cannot make her prepare anything again. She has prepared for the house. Yes. If you don't want to eat it, tell her to give you permission. Then you can cook what you want. But for her to go back and start peeling potatoes by this time, it's not going to work. And he'll go to the room and cry. One day he asked me, Mommy, do you love me? I said, of course. That's why I'm taking my time to let you know that you need to respect everybody, no matter how you see them. So I think we still need to have this conversation properly with experts who can then remind our citizens of how much, the kind of rights you have.
In our laws.